Before I start, as a disclaimer, this is a book not a film, so I can't get images, so it'll just be mostly one image with a couple of filters, so you might want to put it in the background or something. Hi, I'm Daniel, and the 16th book in the main Wimpy Kid book, Big Shot, recently released. I previously reviewed Valerie Jefferson's awesome friendly spooky stories, but this is my first time discussing a book in the main series. I was wondering about this book since the franchise was going downhill for a couple of years, and the last two books show two different paths the series would go in. Wrecking Ball was great at increasing stakes and interest, but The Deep End is the only book I don't really like for being too similar to The Getaway and being boring. How does this do? Is it like Wrecking Ball, Deep End, or somewhere in the middle? Also, at the end I talk about the upcoming Disney Plus movie. On to the review. This book focuses on sport. The first bit on the sport day getting intense when the winning team will get to leave school early, leading to janitors and young shadies competing, teachers trading students, and deals causing a lot of tension. The rest of the story is about basketball, and Greg joining the team with mostly rejects. It's a subversion of sports movie tropes since the team is awful and doesn't win any games. Judging by all the recent books, it's getting to the point that Greg and his family has so much bad luck it's not an relatable experience anymore. Comedy in this book is actually good. I remember there being a lot of funny moments, and that hasn't happened in the franchise for a long time. My favourite joke I can remember is Greg getting his team to sign and give film rights when the underdog team wins. Fits his character since that's what he was doing to Raleigh in the second book. They are more interesting in what's going on than all the recent books, but it feels very safe if that's the word. The way stuff happens is paced weirdly, since there's 90 pages before the team gets created, while it is entertaining. The ending feels very rushed. It is becoming common to have a yard padding at the start of a book, and have the ending be rushed to fit the usual page number. All books are the exact same total page number, 217, and while there is points for consistency, but it potentially limits storytelling. Probably gets only about 3 mentions, probably because he's busy with his own better books. Annie barely appears despite being on the sidebar of the book, same with Roderick and Frank. The only one who appears frequently is Susan, who keeps telling Greg sports builds teamwork. In response, Greg writes about how sports is toxic, and I actually agree on him with this. Reasons I dislike sports are 1. I'm bad at it, and 2. I don't like the community around it. The whole bit about rivalry with another town, Yaxville, mainly due to sport. It goes to show how sports tend people who support different teams against each other. The audience is booing a basketball game with kids. The fact that it isn't too far off reality is upsetting. Greg also mentioned the story of Anthony Grow, who was a sports player who made a simple mistake and got a lot of hate, which is very realistic. Sports fans like to act like they're better than the players while not being. Often get annoyed at a simple mistake, possibly sending harassment online in a worst case scenario. Sports is a really bad fandom. Back to the point. There's also a final tournament in the last core pages, but it changes a major part and adds to the whole subversion of this book, which is overall good but a bit bland. I mentioned this before, but the main series should switch things up like the value books if it wants to be interesting. Roderick Diary has been hinted as a possibility, but that wouldn't fix the main series, and since Jeff Kinney said the series will end when he dies, there probably won't ever be a proper ending to this franchise. In conclusion, I give that a Wimpy Kid Big Shot 7 out of 10. Some bits are great, but I can see the franchise continuing in a downward spiral. Started right when I remember new books coming out with Old School. Judging by the covers, you can tell they're running out of colours, even though they're still too scared to make a pink book because of gender colouring or something like that. There's going to be an extended franchise in the form of animation, and the trailer for the film has been released. The animation has a design style I am not a fan of, but that doesn't mean it looks bad. Judging by the trailer, it looks like it'll be a more accurate adaptation of the live-action films. I'm looking forward to it in December. Apparently there's more animated Wimpy Kid to come after the film, so the franchise is going to get bigger. At this rate, it seems unlikely that the main series of books will improve. Not for the films. Hope you enjoy me doing something different than usual by reviewing a book and not a film or TV show. The end.